Hello, guys. How are you guys?
Doing well, thank you.
Pretty good.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Before I came here, I didn't know anything about your sport. So if someone who's like me, who doesn't know anything about the sport, describe it to me. Tell me, what do you do? What can we expect if people are gonna come down here?
So World Supercross, Supercross in general is a high intensity sport, high action packed. We've got 20 of the fastest riders in the world lining up on a start gate to go and race and go into that first turn. It's not like car racing where it's staggered. It's one lineup. We all go and race into the first turn, and we've got however many laps it is of the race to go as fast as we can and try not to do anything silly with the big jumps that we're doing and have any crashes. But there is bound to be some action and some high intensity battles out there. So yeah, Supercross is definitely pretty cool.
It looks intense. I've stalked you guys a bit on Instagram, see how it is. What would you think is like the scariest thing about the sport, if you can say it?
Well, now we're kind of used to everything. When I was a little kid, jumping was definitely a little bit scary, especially when there was a kid in my age group or class that was doing a jump that I wasn't doing, and I knew I had to do it, and my dad would be like, hey, you have to hold it wide open and get over the jump. So back then, that was scary. Nowadays, really, being my own enemy is the scariest thing because we put a lot on ourselves. So before we do the races, we want to win, we want to do our best. And that's the only scary thing nowadays.
So I'm gonna start with you, Max. Tell me, how did you get into the sport?
Wow, I mean, I can never remember a time without bikes. I think I got a bike when I was 3 years old, and that's it. You know, it's been a part of my life since then, and there's, you know, never been a time when I've been a prolonged period, apart from being injured, which, you know, being on two wheels, sometimes that happens. I've always been riding, and it's always been a dream of mine to make it to this level, but also kind of, I've always been projected and expected to do this even from 7-8 years old, and it's kind of just a natural progression. And to be able to do this on the world stage and be able to come to places like this and showcase our skills and talents in front of new fans and different places in the world, it's pretty amazing. And yeah, you've really got to take a step back.
That you did a tour here. You've seen a lot of things here, and yes, what would you say was your highlight? What would you say is the best thing you've seen?
Honestly, the architecture here is awesome. Everything's neat, and for someone that's OCD like I am, it's awesome seeing everything being perfect. Casa de Watan, if that's correctly how I'm saying it, that was an awesome place. The attention to detail on the build was mind-blowing, and just the size of it, it's hard to put into words.
It is such a beautiful place. Now, Max, I happen to see that you have your little boy here with you. I want to know, would you let him get into motorsport?
Oh, wow. I mean, he's going to be around it. He's going to be around it for a while with me racing and, you know, whatever he wants to do. I'm not opposed to him coming and racing cars here in F1. I mean, you know, those guys make quite a lot of money too, so that'll be all right. I mean, playing golf, there's a nice golf course by our hotel, that would be good. But I don't know, it's going to be up to him. It's yeah, myself and his mum in there would like to sit on the golf course and watch him play golf instead of riding a bike. But as it goes, boys are boys, and we like to do big jumps and go fast.
Well, I can see by the look of them, they look very, very scary. Okay, Anthony, one last thing. What would you like to tell the people who haven't seen this sport? And for example, like me, I started watching F1 very recently. I got into it and I realized I really like motorsports. For someone who doesn't know, what would you think they would be most interested to see? What would you be the message to them?
Well, the sport is way more impressive in person than it is over TV. You know, when we go into the arena, that's a track we've never ridden, jumps we've never done. So we literally have practice. And if you're in person, seeing how we get to measure distances and hit the jumps literally on the second lap is pretty mind-blowing. And not only that, but the way our races start, we all go at once by a grid. So it's not like your car racing where whoever qualified first is already first, which makes it a lot more entertaining because your fastest guy might start 8th and there's going to be a lot of battles. So there's 3 races with short breaks in between. So every race will bring a different show. So it's very entertaining.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to see you guys again, and good luck.